So chipping is such an important part of golf. It can either make a round or make you buy another round. I'm here today to show you all of the chips that you could use, how to use them, when to use them, why to use them, and start making you a better golfer today. You're going to learn the basic chips all the way to some advanced stuff, like some flop shots. You're going to learn which clubs to use, and you're going to start to ease your mind. You're about to feel more confident than you've ever felt on the golf course before, so buckle up. This is a good one, and I'm telling you everything. And by the time I'm done with you, you'll be hitting shots like this too. So get ready to dive in for the only chipping lesson you're ever going to need. Okay, I know we're all anxious to get right into chipping, but first I have to tell you about the golf lies that you may encounter. In my mind, there's 4 of them, and if you don't know which lie you're up against, you won't know what shot to hit. So we have to identify the lies, then we pick the shot we're gonna hit, and then we hit it close. After that, we'll get into the bump and run. Okay, your tight lie. The ball resting on either the fairway or the fringe, clean exposure to the ball, just sitting close to the ground. That's the tight lie. This is what I would consider a normal lie. The ball's in the rough, the ball's got a little bit of grass around it, and sitting pretty decently up in the rough. This would be the normal lie. The buried lie, down deep, grass all around it, hard to get at, a golfer's worst nightmare, until I teach you how to hit it. And finally, the fluffy lie. In the rough, sitting way up. That is the fluffy lie. Okay, now a little advanced thing. You have to watch for the grass behind the ball. If there's grass behind the ball, depending on how much there is, it's going to get in the way of your club and your ball, and it's going to affect your spin coming out of the chips. A little bit more advanced, but it's something to pay attention to. Now, let's dive in to that bump and run. Okay, we're out here hitting the bump and run. What's the purpose of the bump and run? The bump and run needs to get the ball out of the rough, onto the green, and rolling as quick as possible like a putt. This gives you maximum chance to make this shot. If you hit a chip in that comes up high and starts bouncing, every time that ball's in the air, there's less chance that it's going in the hole. So for the bump and run, we're gonna start with like a 7-iron, okay? You can use any club you want, and I'm gonna show you one that you probably didn't expect you could use. So we're gonna use a 7-iron first here. The pin's back a little bit. We have a regular lie. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our grip and we're gonna choke down on the club a little bit. A lot of people don't choke down on the club. So I'm taking, 3-4 inches off of this club. When I do that, I make it easier to control the club. So I take my grip, I choke down. Now this is the part where it gets a little tricky. Some people like a wider stance, and then there's people out there that like a narrow stance. You find the one that works for you and use it all the time. I prefer a wider stance. I'm a big believer in a strong base, and when I'm like this, my balance is gonna be better. So we take our choke down grip, we take our stance, whatever you decide, and I put that ball just in the middle of my stance. Once that ball's in the middle of my stance, all I have to do is make it like a putting stroke. So I'm gonna take my club back and through. I'm gonna do backswing equals my follow through, and that controls my distance. If I need this ball to go shorter, we're gonna go shorter back, shorter through. I need it longer, longer back, longer through. Are you with me? Choke down, take your stance, ball in the center, backswing equals follow through, and you're gonna hit this shot. I do have one more thing to tell you about it, and that is with the ball in the center of our stance, we're gonna move our hands from here to just slightly in front, and they're gonna stay there through the whole shot. Are you ready to hit one? Here we go. The bump and run. Ooh, almost made it. All right, we're gonna do it from the backside here. Choke down on your club, spread your feet to where you're comfortable. You put that ball in the middle, Now, once we're in this position, we can forget about that stuff. Once we're set up, now we worry about our backswing and our follow through. How far back, how far through do I need this to go to be able just to get it up to hop here, in this region here, and roll the rest of the way out. Here we go. So that's what the bump and run should look like. Okay, we learned the bump and run with that 7-iron to get the ball just on and rolling. Now we found ourselves with a little tighter pin here. So our distance to get onto the green and rolling, if we did a 7-iron, we'd be rolling too far past. We need a club that can get us up a little bit quicker and a little bit less roll towards the pin. I've gone with my 56. It has more loft. I'm gonna hit the shot the exact same way, and it's gonna jump up and it's gonna roll less. So you need to find which club's gonna work best in your situation. Again, you're trying to get it onto the green as quick as possible and rolling out the rest of the way. So I'm gonna choke down on my club. I'm gonna spread my feet apart, ball in the middle and hands forward. From here, it's just my backswing equals my follow through. And there you have it. The closer bump and run with a wedge. Okay, I promised you a club that you didn't think you would use. Your hybrid. That's right, you can use a hybrid to chip. Here I have a slightly buried lie. Okay, the ball is down, it's a little bit hard to get at. I take this hybrid and I putt. Now the hybrid's gonna jump out of here pretty quickly, but it's gonna get you out of these shots every time. Feet apart, choke down, ball in the center. Backswing equals follow through. One more shot you can use for that is when you're backed up against the rough here. You have the fringe right up against the rough. Same thing. Keep it simple. There's your hybrid. All right, the bump and run, that was fun. It's a simple chip that should be in everybody's golf bag, especially amateurs. If you're not using the bump and run, you're putting way too much guesswork into your game. You can use the bump and run, you can get up on the green, you can lower your putts from 3 to 2 to 1 to 0. You can do all of that. Get out on the practice green, start practicing your bump and run, and use all the clubs to see how they will fly differently and roll differently. Okay, the fluffy lie, the one that we've all swung right underneath and had the ball fall straight down. Well, it doesn't have to be like that. The key to this shot is hitting the ball first. I take a wedge, I get set up, I play the ball slightly back in my stance so I can guarantee that I'm going to be driving down and through this. Now I'm not going to come up here and stop my swing. I'm still gonna make the contact I need and get through the ball. Here we go. Grip down, shoulder width apart. Are you getting this? I know you are. Ball back in the stance, hands still forward, and we're gonna hit the ball first. That clear, crisp contact is what you're looking for. That ball will come out nice and easy instead of you swinging underneath it and looking like a big goof. Okay, we'll do one from behind the fluff shot. Feet shoulder width apart, gripping down. The contact needs to be the ball first, so the ball is going slightly back in my stance. Now again, watch for the acceleration through the shot. We're not gonna go way up and stop. I'm going to take it a little shorter, accelerate through, and get this ball up and moving. Always hitting the ball first on the fluff shot. All right, you want to try to spin your shots? Here it is. But first, you could use your bump and run here. We just learned it. It is simple to use. Take the club that you need to get on that green, get it rolling to the cup, try to make it, get your one putt, have some fun with that. Don't overcomplicate this if you don't need to. Use this simple approach whenever you can. Me, I'm here to teach you, and I'm gonna overcomplicate it. So here's how we spin a golf ball. We take the club, we open it up slightly, and then we take the grip on that club. So my club is naturally open. I don't know if you can see that. I open the club and I grab it, so I'll exaggerate it for you. So now I've added more loft to my golf club. I'm hitting into a sloped green that's coming back at me. Very important when you're hitting these shots. The other thing is, it's really dewy out here right now. I got dew on my club, I got dew on the ball. I'm not going to be able to spin the ball very well in these conditions. So you need to have ultimate conditions for it. Once you have those ultimate conditions though, you open the club face, aim your club face at the target, so your body's gonna sit just slightly left the target. An aggressive shot at this ball, we're gonna go back and kind of chop aggressively through it, have a good finish, and that ball is gonna check up and spin. Amateurs hitting this shot, if you're mishitting it, you're gone. You're way over the green. So be very careful if you're not practiced at this shot. So choke down, feet shoulder width apart, club slightly open. And there you go. We checked a little bit. Shh. Don't tell anyone. I'm about to break all my rules. The buried shot. That's right, the buried shot. If you're a beginner, you can take your hybrid and do the bump and run. It'll get you out of here, I promise. If you want something a little bit more advanced, do what I do. I take a 60-degree wedge. I'm always accelerating through the shots, except for this one. I take a bigger backswing and I come down and I try to develop soft hands in these shots. My forearms locked down, my wrists locked down. The whole point of it is for me to keep that club face square, to get through that rough onto that ball, to let the loft of the club get me onto the green. So here we go. I take my feet shoulder width apart. I put the ball back in the center in my stance. I'm gonna take a bigger backswing and I'm gonna drive down and through, but I'm gonna kind of decelerate through the ball. Developing my soft hands from when I was 13 on. It's just what I do. So here we go. I let the club do the work as it comes down and I just hold on and it'll launch up and drop down. I'll show you one from behind. Okay, ball is buried. Take the club back. I'm gonna start it down kind of quick. I hold on tight here and I let that club just kind of drop in and release. Trying to keep that club face square. And there you have the buried lie. All right, if you've made it this far, you get to learn the fun stuff. Here is the flop shot that's gonna make you look awesome with your friends or make you look like a complete idiot if you mishit it. So the flop shot, you take your lofted club and you open the face. So I use a 56. I used to hit a 60, but I started hitting it too straight up, so I went to the 56. It's easier for me to hit it up and control my distance. So you open the face, and then you take your grip. So you're gonna be playing with an open-faced club. I take my stance and I open my stance to the left. I aim my club face that's now open at my target. From here, it's my swing path. Normally, we swing back and up. With my flop shot, I swing out and across. So I open my body this way to allow for my path to come out and across. Now the other thing with the flop shot is if you're gonna swing it, you gotta swing it. So we get set up, I open to the left, I aim my club to the right with my open club face. I'm gonna swing out and across. Here's the flop shot. And just like that. Now, that's going to take practice, but you can do it. Follow the tips and you're gonna hit good flop shots just like that. Okay, so You're a professional chipper now. That's awesome. You got to get out and practice, right? That's obvious. Practice, practice, practice. Use all your clubs, practice all the shots. When you're on the course, you're going to encounter all these scenarios that you've never practiced before. So prep yourself over there. Be ready for them. Know you have the confidence to be able to hit these shots and lower your scores. You can do it. Just put in some time, get better, make golf fun, and remember, golf is easy. If you just know how to chip, you can stop making it hard. I am the It.